Your brand is your number one asset. Everything in your business, your reputation, your revenue, your audience is tied back to your brand name. But if you receive just one cease and desist letter, you can lose it all. So how do you actually own your brand legally so you're never forced to rebrand? Let me show you why entrepreneurs are getting blindsided by cease and desist letters and how exactly to stop it from happening to you. Hi, I'm Joey. I'm a trademark lawyer, and I've helped thousands of business owners protect their brands. And I'm sharing this because I've heard too many horror stories of business owners who got blindsided by a cease and desist letter that they had no idea was coming. Imagine this. You just arrive at this fancy hotel in Hawaii for a week-long unplugged family vacation. You're enjoying the ocean view, you've got a drink in your hand, and you get this mental itch to pull out your phone, check your email, and you see this subject line that just makes your heart sink. You are hereby ordered to cease and desist. Ugh. This actually happened to a friend and client of mine. It turns out this other company had been using her brand name for longer than she had been, and they had a trademark registration to prove it. So instead of being able to enjoy this time in Hawaii on her vacation, she was forced to lock herself up in her hotel room. She spent days coming up with a completely new brand for herself. New name, new logo, getting the domain, LLC, social media handles, and trying to explain all of this quickly to her audience. And here's the part that really gets me every time. She had done nothing wrong on purpose. She just didn't know. She thought that she had her brand name locked in, but she didn't. And it's really sad because this was completely preventable. There's a simple step here that most founders just completely skip, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first, what even is a cease and desist letter? Well, I'll tell you what it's not. It's not like the beginning of a lawsuit. It's really just a scary warning. It's basically someone saying, hey, we think that you're infringing on our trademark rights and we need you to stop. Now, you could ignore that warning of a cease and desist letter, but that could get really expensive and lead to an actual lawsuit. So really what a cease and desist letter is a warning that practically demands that a person rebrand or else face the consequences. So how does this all even happen in the first place? Because most founders I talk to genuinely believe that their brand name is locked in and they're okay. And I get it. You took all the normal steps here. You registered your LLC, you bought the domain name, you grabbed those social media handles. That all feels official. It feels like you own it. But none of those things give you the legal right to use your brand name. Not one of them. I mean, the LLC registration really only means that no one else in your state can have the exact same LLC name as you, or at least that's how most states operate. When you buy that domain name, it means that you own that URL specifically. And your Instagram or TikTok handle just means that you got to that platform first. But none of that protects you against someone else using a brand name that is the same or confusingly similar across the United States. And that's the part that most people miss here. Now, if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, man, Joey, now I don't know if my brand name is legally safe, well, stick around, because I'm going to show you exactly what to do about that. But if an LLC domain name or social media handle doesn't give you rights to your brand, then what does? Well, a trademark does. Getting trademarked is the only way to gain exclusive legal rights to your brand name or to anything that's confusingly similar to your brand name. It lets you be the one to send cease and desist letters instead of the one receiving them. And some of you might be thinking, oh, but Joey, trademarking sounds expensive and confusing. But here's the truth. Trademarking is actually way simpler and cheaper than being forced to rebrand after your business has started growing. Now, here's where most people want to jump straight to the idea of filing for a trademark application. But slow down, not so fast here. Before you file for anything, let's do a strong, comprehensive trademark search. Now, I'm not talking about some quick search on Google or using AI or just spending 5 minutes at the trademark office's website to run a search and see what you find. A proper, comprehensive trademark search looks at registrations, pending applications, and common law uses that could conflict with yours. Think of it like a home inspection before you buy a house. You don't want to skip this part. Having said that, don't fall into this trap here and think that a trademark search is the finish line, because it's really just the starting gun. I like to tell my clients that even the strongest trademark search that we can run has an immediate expiration date. The second after you run that search, someone else can apply for a trademark application that is identical or super similar to yours. And with over 500,000 trademark applications being filed every single year, that's a real risk. And if they file before you do, well, it can get really expensive to challenge. And unfortunately, we see this even in our own law firm, where we'll conduct a really strong search for a client, send them the report, and then days, weeks, months go by and we don't hear from them. Life gets in the way. They're busy. I get it. But then when we run another search, in that time, someone else applied for something that was the exact same or similar enough that it's going to be challenging for us to move forward. So the ideal process here is to run a strong trademark search followed quickly by a trademark application. And if that sounds like a lot, well, that's why my team and my law firm, Andy Law, exists. Now let me ask you a question. Did this video hit home for you? If you've been building a brand and you're not 100% sure that you're protected, then let's talk. My team offers free brand protection consults. Yes, they're 100% free. My team will look at your specific situation, tell you exactly where you stand, and walk you through step by step your next actions. No legalese, no pressure, no surprise invoices. Indy Law has filed over 2,000 trademark applications. We've seen where it goes sideways, and we have a 99.7% success rate in getting our clients registered. We would love to be your brand protectors, making sure that you own your trademarks, they're registered, and you never need to get blindsided by a cease and desist letter that'll force you to rebrand. That link to book your free call is in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, well, stick around. I have a lot more plain English trademark content coming your way.